In the meantime, young adults are the key to making Obamacare work financially. They are not signing up, according to the numbers we have now.
At least not in the numbers the president hoped. They are the president's base. So why is the White House having such a hard time connecting with them? Jonathan Coleggio is a Republican strategist and director of communications for the super PAC American Crossroads. Marjorie Clifton is a former consultant to the Obama campaign and CEO of Clifton Consulting. Welcome to both of you.
Thank you.
Jonathan, let me start with you. The administration had hoped that they would have 40% of young people, which they define as 18 through 34-year-olds. By now, they only have 24%. What do these lower numbers tell us?
Well, the whole framework of Obamacare, the kind of the logic that held it together was this idea that young people, healthy people, would sign up for the program to cover all the new costs of the regulations of the program. The problem is that they are 40% off of their target, which means that if the enrollment deadline ended today, we would be in what they call this, the death spiral, where not enough people are in the system, which means that the rates will be hiked, which means that more people will drop out of the system, which means that rate hikes will happen even more. That's the situation that we're facing. If these trend lines continue and it shows no signs of abating whatsoever, this is a real problem, especially for people who think that Obamacare isn't even going to impact them at all. Their rates will go up too.
Got it. So, Marjorie, the question then becomes, how do they change their strategy? Or do they? Or how do they make it more attractive other than a guy hanging out in his pajamas sipping on hot chocolate around Christmas time?
Well, actually, this was part of their strategy, and healthcare analysts and people who know the industry knew that these would be the latecomers to sign up. This is how it's been. 40% of the uninsured in 2012 were actually of the same age group. So again, not surprising numbers. And according to the Kaiser Family Foundation, the death spiral number actually hits at 25%. So we're just 1 percentage point below. And again, the March 31st being the deadline.
So it's like I said earlier, it's not quite CPR, but a defibrillator has not been put away entirely.
Right.
The question goes back to yet again, how do you change the strategy to get the numbers higher, Marjorie?
Well, so the plan is they've actually hired folks who worked on the Obama election campaigns who were excellent at reaching out to this young audience. And again, as part of this education, they have set up these penalties, which I actually have to believe are part of that education process. Because for the first and the second and the third year, up until 2016, it's only about $95 to pay a penalty to not actually get that health care plan. But once young people go onto the site, I think one of the coolest things is it's kind of like a kayak or an Orbitz.com. For the first time, we've got transparency around the plans where you can actually see everything that's in them and compare prices, which is actually going to drive prices down for all consumers.
And that was the problem originally, that you couldn't really compare that when healthcare.gov was originally launched. But Jonathan, Secretary Sebelius has come out and said that she's encouraged by the trend lines that she sees. More people signed up in December than did in November. She says that even at these present levels, it can still work.
Oh, this is pure spin. I mean, I don't see how they can be pleased with a number that is 40% off of their goal. That doesn't make any sense. And furthermore, we don't even know how many people are actually paying for their program. 2 days ago, two of the largest healthcare companies extended their deadlines for payment because people weren't even paying. So if you're not paying for the program, you could be signed up, but you're not actually signed up. Furthermore, the Daily Caller is reporting today that only 8% of the people in Connecticut who have signed up for the program have paid. If that is anywhere near being correct,
you don't want
then that 24% number is more like 18 to 20%.
We're out of time here, but I appreciate both of you. Marjorie, I'm going to put you in the column of hope. You're hoping that it happens. Thank you for your time. We'll bring you back later in the week, okay? Jonathan, Marjorie, thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, now to this troubling story.